I hope that it's all going to go fine and dandy. I really hate the fact that everything is visible on my t-shirt except the writing, and I really don't want to change the angle of the camera anymore. I bought a new screen a fair while ago, and it's noticeably taller than the previous one, and so the angle with which it records is different. By the way, I'm pretty sure that I'm live on YouTube now. Do I still have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, goody. Okay, you joined my beautiful classroom too, correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Let's rock and roll a little bit then, shall we? I think we should. Ooh, that cough doesn't sound good, young lady. What's going on in there?
Oh, sorry. I muted myself and I forgot that you can hear me still.
Oh, no, it's just that I was worried that you would be sick or something. It's like, that's not allowed for this month.
I was, and I'm recovering.
Recovering, you say? Alright.
Yeah.
I am going to show you a chess game. How does that sound for starters?
We like those.
Yeah, chess games are not bad when it comes to chess coaching, right? Now we are going to disregard the opening as far as what type of opening it is, but we are actually going to focus on the opening through a different perspective. So without further ado, allow me to kick off. Okay. Alex, to play, what would you do and why? No pressure.
What opening is this? Okay, you said not, but I've never seen this.
It's a weird English. It's a very, very weird English.
What would I do?
Indeed.
I mean, taking the pawn on d4 and then queen takes and then just going knight c6 doesn't look so bad. We're developing with tempo. I think that doesn't look too bad.
Whoa. Yep. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, my coughing. Oh. Where is this girl from?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to adjust my desk, which is electronic, and it's only going up but not down. Classic. Okay, so you were saying that you would take d4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's do that. And what if they take back?
I will just go knight c6, just developing and with a tempo. I think that's
excellent.
Makes sense?
Yeah, very good. So far, so good. Where do you think the queen is gonna go?
Okay. Let's see. It could just go back to d1.
Is that their best?
Let's see. Is there anything else?
Sometimes a weird looking move can be a very effective one. Not to suggest that the move played was very good, but it was definitely an interesting alternative.
Queen d3 maybe?
Close? Close?
Close. Queen d2 then?
Yes! Now why d2? What do you think white is cooking?
What is queen d2? I mean, they can... No. I was gonna say they can give a check, but they can give a check right away. So why do that now?
So obviously, if you want to go to d2, what you need to justify is that what on earth is going on with this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, answer that for me, please.
Do they want to go to g5 and offer a trade of queens?
No, because
No?
that you could super easily decline, right?
That's also true. I'm not sure.
Well, if the bishop is not coming out this way, which way can it go?
Well, the other way.
Yeah. So b3, bishop b2, right? And then the queen, you could argue, is better placed than on d1. That being said, this looks weird. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the golden rule of chess, coming out from the chess school of ChessCoachAndras, is that weird play is best met by normal play. So let's play normal chess. That is always the best way to meet some weird stuff. So let's go.
Just a knight of 6, for example, developing the knight.
That has to be best.
Bishop.
No.
Yeah.
No. Knights before bishops. You have no reason to break that here. Absolutely no reason to break that. 100%. Oppo plays g3. Again, we're getting weird vibes. Because it looks like now they are developing a different part of the board again. So, where do we go?
Well, I think we can just develop the dark squared bishop so that we can castle next.
You could do that.
Also,
yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, either one of the bishops, I think, is fine.
Okay, but be specific. Like, where would you go?
So I would play either bishop e7 or bishop d7.
Bishop.
Although I don't like.
Whoa! What?
Yeah.
Did you say bishop d7?
Yeah.
Are you telling me that this is the best move you can play with this bishop?
Well, maybe not, but it's because they are going to put their bishop on g2.
So?
And that's why.
Sorry, I'm not following. Why does this move... Well, sorry, bishop g2... Why is this justified by the fact that this bishop is going on here? Why can't I go to f5? Coach me.
Well, now they put their bishop on g2. Okay, so I thought if they put their bishop on g2, they can just take the knight on c6, maybe. Which maybe is not their best for them, but then it doubles our pawn.
Okay, so if my opponent here told me that, hey, I'm gonna take this next, my only question would be, how much money do I have to pay you to actually do that?
Oh.
If my opponent here played bishop takes c6 next, I would also fall off my chair, right? So this is what we call positional suicide, right? So we just got granted 2 bishops. They actually improved our pawn structure because now my pawn stepped up toward the center. The knight can't go to d5. I, in fact, can break the center with d5 and retake with a pawn. I would say that this move drops the valuation by about 1.5. So if d-val currently is 000, after this it's minus 1.5.
Okay.
That would be my eval, and I'm willing to make myself look like a clown, so we are going to do this now. So black, if white plays e4, it's 0.8. Now, granted, I walked into it. Yeah, let's have a look. Minus 0.7. So it only dropped by a full point. Not quite a point and a half. Yeah, so let's get this clear, Alex, because here I have got a few issues that we want to clear up. This move is clearly the most passive amongst all of them. As such, you are averse to play it by default. Because the sole purpose of this move was to actually dodge a trade that was literally never going to happen. And in fact, even then you don't necessarily need the bishop there, as I said, because the retake with the pawn is actually desired so that you can go with d5. Additionally, isn't this a tempo?
Yeah.
Right? So, once again, we're definitely not going to d7. I'm very happy to go to e6, f5, even g4. Therefore, not d7. You already see that this bishop is kinda doomed to passivity as long as you put it here and not here. There is zero chance on earth that we're going to go and set up our bishops like this. No way, ever. Because it's incredibly passive. And we are putting absolutely zero pressure on our opponent. Like at the moment, if you play bishop e6, we are out developing our opponent by 3-1. And it's a tempo. So now it's 4-1. That almost should make you feel like a decisive break is very, very close. If you could play d5 here, it would be game over. So no question whatsoever that we're going to play bishop e6. Hands down best move.
Okay.
Now white you played something interesting. They defended the pawn with e4. Now why is this a little bit weird?
Well, it's another pawn push, so they haven't developed yet.
Yeah, although there was only pawn pushes to defend the pawn with, right? It had to be one or the other.
Oh, yeah.
So, where is this bishop gonna develop, according to you?
Well, now I don't know if it makes sense to go to g2 anymore, which was the original plan.
Exactly. So that's why I said that this is weird, because the bishop already announced its desire to go here, but that would hang this.
Yeah.
So now there is a bit of a confusion in the white ranks. Okay, how do we proceed?
We can just continue with our plan. Just go to bishop e7. Yeah. I was just thinking if now that they pushed e4, if there's any ideas of going f4 next and then go for push on the king side.
You mean for them?
Yeah.
Look, it is a valid proposition that they might do this, but you have no right to be afraid of it as long as you see this. That is a plan you concern yourself about when white finish development in their castle. If they do that before that, you are actually just getting excited about how you're going to absolutely slaughter them. Okay, so e4, bishop e7 played, correct? And then they played f3. Against b3, the book is talking about the results that I don't quite understand. They say that, well, black already has here a decisive tactic with knight takes, and d5. So can you tell me how black is winning here after knight c3? That's the part that I do understand. Very,
was looking at.
very cool tactic.
I was looking at. Oh. I was looking at bishop f6, but maybe bishop b4 is even better. Although they can take.
Neither of those moves, Alex, are aggressive enough for my liking.
Oh, they're not aggressive enough.
Nope. Nope. That's the problem.
d4. d4 is...
Bingo! 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 d4.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
Knight goes anywhere, bishop b4, and we win the queen. The reason why I didn't quite understand this is because I don't get how did we win after this. I do now. It's bishop d5. Wow, that is very cool. Or is it? Yes, it is. Because now if they play bishop g2, we win again. How?
Bishop f4 again.
Bishop f4.
Oh, bishop b4, sorry. b4.
Yeah, and if knight c3, then we just mow down that side, yeah?
We take the bishop.
Yeah. And if I play... Wait, I'm still not sold. What happens if f3? Because now after bishop takes, they have check. Whereas bishop knight here. I mean, it looks like we have a fair bit of compensation for the piece. But this doesn't convince me quite yet. So what's the win here? What am I not seeing?
Bishop takes... Oh.
Queen f6. And then castles. Ay, 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 Alex. This is what good chess looks like. Oh my word. Welcome to the land of Morphe. Where development is worth more than an extra piece if it's parked at home. Ay, ay, ay. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. And basically, you have got 75,000 threats. The most obvious one is bishop f3 hitting queen and rook. That was tough. Okay, let's move on. So in the game they played f3. What is our most natural move here?
Castles.
Indeed. And after knight d7... the hardest decision of the game is to be made. I wonder what move you would want to commit to here and why.
These are the types of decisions that I find the hardest.
Excellent. Coach is scoring goals again.
I wonder. I wonder why we are doing this.
So that you get good. I want you to think about it at least 2 minutes, which 2 minutes may help me to find the equipment that will allow you to reset my desk height, because currently it's very uncomfortable. Sorry, bear with me. You think...
Okay. I will. I'm trying not to look at chat, so I've decided on my own. So I've noticed that we cannot take on d5 with the knight. We got that settled. Thank you. Taking with the bishop to c takes d5, and that's a pretty annoying pawn. a5. Push.
Alright, I give up. But you don't. Any ideas?
I was looking at bishop takes d5.
Bishop takes d5. What are we hoping to get out of this?
Yeah. I was thinking if it's worth trading the bishop for that knight. Because the knight, would we consider it as a strong piece there? Could be.
Yeah.
So the first question is, do I do something about that knight on d5, or do I just continue with development if I can? But if I do, how? So right now it doesn't feel like well.
This is my question for you, Alex, that is going to be perhaps helping you a bit too much, but I think it's a very productive hint. Do you agree with me that the position is reasonably closed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you prefer it to be closed, or would you rather have it open, considering whatever is currently on the board?
I think open would be better for
right.
me.
Now, opening any position, by definition, and a lot of people don't understand this, by the way, means exchanging and or disappearance of pawns. It's pawns that keep a position closed, or open, in fact. Yeah? So if you want to make this position more open, we need to aim to trade pawns. That opens fast diagonals. That's how a closed position becomes more open. Which begs the question of where on earth can we in this position find a pawn break? A move that allows us to create pawn tension.
Here, maybe if we can push c6 and then go d5.
That's one of them. Very good. That's one of them. What's the other one?
I'm looking at f5, but I don't know if that's good.
What makes you? Why do you not know if it's good? What is the dilemma there?
Because it's
Because it's what?
Because it's in one of the pawns in front of the king, so.
Who cares?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Okay, yeah.
You 100% do know. Yes, doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. Alex, you are the one attacking. And in fact, in this game, we need to do something very, very badly for us to be attacked. Because we are exactly 79 kilometers ahead in development. And king safety always, first and foremost, is determined by our piece's ability to get to the other king and vice versa. I don't see how these guys are going to get to here. Now, if you want to play f5, we obviously need to make a nice move. Knight move. Nice move. Nice one. Where should that knight go?
Well, knight can go to e8 or d7.
Okay.
It can...
Which one is it? Which one is the least passive?
D7.
Exactly, so that's what we do. And now we are angling for f5 like mad. Very, very, very good. Our esteemed opponent plays bishop g2 and we go f5. No questions asked. They take, we take. And ta-da, we managed to open up a file. We managed to open up a new diagonal. That's a huge goal that we just scored then. Now, optimally, what you really want to do at this point is to prevent your opponent to do what?
To develop.
That's a bit too broad. There is one particular move that you would like to deny from them that they really, really want to do in the foreseeable future.
Castles?
Exactly. So if you can help it, now we are going to try to play moves that prevent castling. In this position, white played knight e3, which probably makes me go like, what? But you're going to understand it perhaps a little bit better if we try to figure out what move do we have against knight e2. Since you cannot play a move that physically stops castling, your best method is to hit them elsewhere so that they don't have time to castle because they need to defend something else. Also, if you put your pieces in the center, that never hurt anyone, yeah? Except the opponent.
Well, we can go. We can bring the knight to e5, for example. The knight from d7 to e5, but or.
But what?
Yeah, I think that's a good. Well, it can go to e5 or c5.
Yes, except e5 attacks two things. Hello?
Yeah.
And as such, you actually have accomplished your goal. Because now if they castle, we win material. And we are happy. If they defend the pawn, goodbye castles. This is how development lead should be treated. That even when there is no move that stops castling, you find a way to hurt the opponent, to disallow the desired move, keep them busy with something else, and ta-da, too late. Busted. Now, obviously, you still need to win the chess game. It's by no means over, but you have accomplished a major goal. This guy is not castling anymore. It has to go here. And now shout out to the person who didn't want to, or who did want to move the f-pawn, excuse me, because now we are super glad that that f-pawn is not in the way of our attack, correct? Wink, wink. Yeah? Good. Okay, so they played knight e3 in this position to everyone's greatest dismay. Obviously defending and hitting at the same time. Now, you definitely do not want to trade this bishop, especially for a knight. That's a cardinal sin. So bishop e6 played. And quite frankly, if white had played here knight e5... Oh, hello. Look at that double attack. Not bad. Not bad. Do we like it or do we like it?
We like it.
Now, in this position, most low-rated players would play b3 to defend this and they would drop this. Or vice versa. A somewhat higher-rated player would play here knight f4 because they notice that bishop takes c4 is a game-losing blunder for black. And you are going to tell me exactly in 5 seconds why. No pressure. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Flag fall. We lost the puzzle rush. Welcome to I take, they take, I take, they take, check, check, check tactics.
Oh, there's a check there. Wait, I think I said bishop takes, knight takes, queen d5, maybe.
Maybe.
Queen d5 check. Yeah, queen d5 check and then when doing the knight.
Okay, the word maybe henceforth has been banned from our conversations. No maybe. 100% queen d5.
Okay.
Not 4 like I just mouse clipped. There's no maybe about this. It's game over. And you have to be confident. Like, we can't say that maybe this wins the knight. Like, no. It either does or it doesn't. And it does. So, what would you do here? And this is a move that most, let's say 2200 plus rated players would play with boosting confidence within 15 seconds. And it's not because it's that good, but because it's obvious that they have nothing else but that. For black. Now, I don't mean to put you under that sort of pressure. I just merely want to point out that good players here would only look at one candidate, and since they would be satisfied with that candidate, they wouldn't look anywhere else. Cecile, thank you. So give me a list of candidates. Yep.
I'm basing myself off the fact that you said that we don't want to trade that bishop on e6 with that knight or...
Yeah, correct. Okay, so not a chance.
So in that case, we can... But I don't know if it's passive, but we have bishop d7, for example.
Did you say bishop d7?
Yes.
And you said you don't know if it's passive.
Well, it is passive.
Exactly. You do know that it's passive. You do know that it's passive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It also goes which way?
Backwards.
Exactly. Which way are we not going? Backwards.
We're not going backwards?
Yeah, we are not going backwards, no.
Whoa.
That's for traders. We are winners. Winners go forward.
The other option is f5.
Yeah,
bishop f5.
But that would also trade the bishop.
Yeah. Oh wait, okay. What? No, that doesn't work. Never mind. Oh.
Talk to me, lady.
Although technically we can go, but that also trades.
What?
We can go to h3 here. If bishop takes, we win the queen.
True, but if knight takes, we are crying.
We can still take the pawn on f3, and then bishop takes, and then we take the bishop.
That's too vague.
We lost the bishop, but we won the pawn.
Yeah, and how is that making us happy? I'm proud of you because you're going forward, but now we are dying while going forward. Bring your best Levy impression. I don't have that. Unfortunately, I suck at impressions.
We don't like that. We do win material.
How does that win material, lady? Like, I don't get this. We're down a piece. Tell me, what am I missing?
Oh, never mind. I miscalculated. Sorry.
You just hung a piece.
Yeah, that's true. I hallucinated for a second.
So.
Well, what? I don't see other.
The reason why you don't is because you're obsessing with the bishop. Like you are treating this as a puzzle of where to move the bishop, and you ran out of squares. I never told you to move the bishop. I told you to go forward and be aggressive. These are the 2 instructions all the time, every time.
Are we okay? Now I understand why the left-wing push suggested. So rook takes f4. I did not think about that for a second.
Right. So at this point, I want you to stop. So in an optimal world, I would like you to be the chess player who looks at this first before everything you said so far. Everything. And not because that would make you a good player, but because it looks so exciting. It's an exchange sack. It absolutely shatters the pawn structure. It gets you an extra pawn. It guarantees that they can't castle. And on top of all of this, after rook takes, pawn takes, you can already throw in a check, which will deny their castling rights. All of this has fun, attack, initiative, winning chances written all over it. And, in the same breath, misery, suffering, sucks to be white. You can't win more in chess, unless the score sheet is signed, than this. And yes, you are down on exchange, and no, we don't care. Like, completely killing it. Dead rook, dead bishop. What do you want? Life doesn't get better than this in chess. You know, just bring the queen out, bring the rook in, and we're gonna kill them in 2 more moves. Absolute utter carnage. And once again, even if you don't see all of this immediately, the possibility of shracking the exchange and ripping into the opponent, as per Ben Feingold, always sack the exchange. It is a very, very important lesson that we're learning here. No hesitation. You are going in like you mean it. I know that it's a bit of a tough ask, but in retrospect, when you see this, you realize that everything else just sucks comparatively, right?
That's true, yeah.
Like, no matter where else we go, like, you go like, oh, okay, there's no way I would find that, but I can find blah. There's no blah. You either do this, and you score a glorious victory, or none of the above. And the more you look at it, I would like you to agree with me that you realize the less courage it takes to commit to this.
Yeah, I agree. Now it makes sense.
Yeah? Alright, so, the game, also known as the game, continued with f4. And again, because if I'm adding these bits, which by the way are not in the book, so shout out to me, now we understand White's moves as well, and I do too, by the way. So now clearly we understand that f4 was played to deny knight e5. As luck would have it, this is a little tactical blunderino of some sort. Not quite, but there is a motive that stands out here to us that we would like to cash in on. Certain pieces are aligned in a way that triggers the tactician's attention.
Aligned?
Yes, like same file, same diagonal, knight jump distance, etc.
We have a bishop and a queen on the same diagonal. But I don't know how.
Hang on, what bishop, what queen? You mean these two?
Yeah, but
No. What I meant was opponent's pieces lined up for tactical tricks.
oh, opponent's piece.
E.g., these two seem to be very handily lined up, don't they?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
These are the things that you need to be constantly aware of in a game. Because they turn into tactical possibilities ultimately.
Okay, so we would like to have a bishop on d4, correct? So for that to be possible, we need to play d5.
Right. So once again, d5 is a typical move that you can't wait to play. And it's not like you spot it now. You have been looking at d5 since this queen landed on d2. Virtually every step of the way. You cast a cursory glance. Can I break? Can I go out? No. Can I break? Get out? No. And you just constantly, you get into that mentality of always checking if d5 was a go. Because what doesn't work in a certain position will work in the next. That's how chess works. Sorry, I forgot to make the actual game main line, so I'm getting lost in the jungle of lines that I entered. So yeah, d5. However, that's not the end. That's the beginning. Because there is a very easy way black can stop this threat.
e3 stops it.
No. That's the passive way to stop it. And that is really, really bad for white on account of d4 or even dc. I don't want to push my luck in how hard I can go. But this is not an attempt to refute this, right? So when you are thinking about playing d5, what you want to do is to prove it wrong. Because if you can't, it makes it right. Yeah? And a3 is not an attempt to prove it wrong. Because then you can just do whatever. You know what I mean? Like that. This is a survival attempt, not a let's kill this attempt. I want you to try to prove that d5 is completely unplayable and in fact is a blunder.
It's a blunder?
No, I didn't say it was. What I'm saying is that your way of thinking when you are black and you are contemplating d5 is that you try to refute it with white. Because if you cannot refute it, by definition, it becomes correct. Right? So what is your attempt to refute d5? It's not a3, that's not refuting it. That's merely dodging one bullet so that the next 200 can hit you, every single one of them. Let me spell it out for you. Can I take this in a way that stops bishop b4?
Yes, knight takes d5.
So that looks like an attempt of refuting it, right? Because I take your pawn and you don't have bishop b4. Your idea failed, right? And now what you do is you switch back to black, but of course you are all doing this in your head and go like, okay, so after d5 they have knight d5. Now can I punish that in any way, shape or form? This is what higher rated title player level calculating looks like. That you are playing this to and fro of trying to refute every single idea every step of the way until you come to an eventual conclusion, one way or another. And I will be very, very honest with you. This is probably the hardest task, the next move in the entire game. Because you do see that after takes, knight takes, there is no way you can take because they can just take with check. And they get out of dodge, right? So if I ask you to play here an aggressive move that creates further problems for white, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an immediately very punchy move, what would that be? Like, don't look for an immediate knockout, just something that, again, puts the onus on white and makes them go like, "Ay, damn it, now there's a new threat again." always, always, always aim for the boss.
Okay.
Marchat is saying bishop c5, which is the second best move in this position.
I was looking at bishop c5, and then I was looking at I was looking at bishop g4, though I don't think it does.
Okay, let me ask. Let me ask you this question. Oh, you were just about to say. What would you play after bishop c5 if you had another go?
Rook e8, I think I would play. If
And
I can have a
that's what they played first. And the reason why they did that, because it's more versatile. So now white has to reckon with a whole range of different threats with regards to where the bishop can go. If they play now knight e2, then you can go just c5 and shut them down. I didn't see a better way to deal with it. There might be one, but I didn't see it yet. In the game, they played knight f3, which also allowed bishop c5. So in that regard, you could argue that it's just a move or a change, and you should get full credit for for bishop c5. King f1. Next move. Now, king f1, by the way, when your opponent plays something like this, you should always mentally go like, yes, small victory. Because now this king can castle, and it's still massively in harm's way. He can't go anywhere here, and coming back onto the e-file would just be coming back into crossfire. So it's not really a move that resolves their problems. So when this happens, you always go like, booyah, baby, we are on track to absolute destruction. You were about to say something.
Yeah, I'm looking at oh, can I think for a bit more?
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
Go for your life. Don't look for immediate wins. There isn't one to be had.
I'm looking at a bunch of knight moves.
Such as?
I would like to bring my... Such as... But it's only for just try and open the queen up. as well, because the queen doesn't have squares to go to. I would like to bring it to the attack. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so tell me what knight moves exactly we're looking at.
Well, I'm looking at knight f6.
Is there another knight move that accomplishes the same goal? Thank you, Evan, for the sub.
B6.
Right, why do we prefer b6 over f6?
F6 is a check.
No, that would be a reason for
if
why to prefer it, but I'm preferring knight b6 for black. Why am I preferring knight b6? Look at what both moves do. What does one better than the other? What are you attacking from f6?
The knight.
What are you attacking from b6?
The knight and the pawn.
Well, that was a quick one to decide then, wasn't it? Shout out to the double attack. Give me a line that starts with knight takes.
I feel like I'm so slow today. I don't know. Okay. Knight b6. Knight takes.
As luck would have it, I don't have a date for tonight, so we are good. You can take your time. Are you thinking about how to take it back?
No, I'm thinking about bishop b4.
Bishop what?
I don't know if after takes, bishop b4. I was just looking at what.
Are you aware of the fact that the queens are facing each other?
Yeah.
So you just leave an enemy knight on b6 and you casually invite me into a queen trade?
Well, I guess not. I was just calculating it to see if it worked because of the bishop. But yeah, no.
I mean, in a way, it is actually a stroke of a genius that you looked at that, nothing less. But I'm not quite sure if you see why.
Well, I see. Because if queen takes, I wanted to take with the rook. And then I have a check on d1, and then I also have my other rook on e8, and then my bishop, the two bishops that can go after the king, and that's why I was calculating.
Yeah, the problem with this line is that after rook d8, I can just jump the knight back to d5 and we're dead.
That's true. That's true.
Right? So what I want you to tell me is that, first of all, what do you think is the most natural retake out of the three? About 8 people out of 10 would get this wrong, by the way. No pressure.
I was looking just at a pawn takes. A takes. Yeah.
You are the happy member of the remaining two who are correct. Yes, it's definitely. You're definitely taking back with the A because it gives you a new avenue of potential attack. And what are we doing after Queen D8? Which is the most important question of the whole line, by the way. Because without this, we are completely cooked.
We go bishop takes c4.
And
Check.
that's mate in 2. So you can only play knight b6 if you see that the queen trade is in fact not playable due to mate. If you want to take back on d8, consider this game to be gone. Like, you cannot possibly give in to, like, you had to see the tactic here. Mind you, our position is so brilliant that even here black is winning. Completely winning, in fact. But it's made in 2. It's just made in 2. And so, after knight b6, white is very, very seriously in trouble. But here they still fought really well when they played knight g5. Now, a very, very nasty question. Why is knight c4 here a blunder?
That's a blunder because. What am I looking at? I'm looking at. Oh. So slow. How do you even attack it? Oh.
Thank you for the follow, brother. Oh, we've got Oscatches on my end now. Miss,
Yeah.
Okay,
how about. But then you can just. Go back. I don't have it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm so slow today.
Question for you. After knight takes c4, do you identify anything on our side, meaning black pieces or piece, that you would describe as loose?
The bishop on e6. Pretty loose.
Actually, I disagree. That's protected. That's the very opposite of loose.
Then the other bishop on c5.
Right, but that appears to me to be a virtual impossibility to attack. So let's keep looking for loose pieces.
By loose, you mean that are defended?
Yep.
Or.
Yep, that's exactly what I mean. After knight c4.
Knight c. The knight on c4.
Thank you. Now, let's have a look at annoying moves that attack this knight that we would be very, very badly hate to see happen.
Well, that attacks the queen, so a queen move like queen c2 or queen c3.
Yeah, alright. Out of these two, one of them is brilliant, the other one is absolutely miserable. Actually, sorry, neither of them are quite right, but one of them is a lot better than the other. Because when you have a loose piece, you don't merely try to attack it, right? You try to make it part of a more complex tactical idea, such as a double
c2
attack. So when you go to c2, you realize that this is on.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I was looking at that and I didn't see it.
Actually, this is not good because now I just play bishop d5 and black wins. Oh, maybe actually we don't win because there is check check. Yeah, if you go here, it's useless. I just come back and it's game over. But amazingly, white has here queen f5 check, which means that white is going to win the house. But all of this can be avoided if white correctly plays queen d3, which also keeps an eye on d5, hits c4, hits h7, and we're dead. Like, this is it. We resign. And that merely comes from the fact that you are a good tactician and you sense that this is just way too many loose items and too many things under attack at once. It's not safe. And therefore, we don't take. Now, you correctly identified that knight takes e6 is a royal pain as well. So we are not going to allow that one either. So our move is quite simply bishop f5. Because there is no way we are going to allow this. Incidentally, this move now renews the threat of knight takes c4. Do you see how beautifully we have here the what I like to call the ping pong effect of chess, when you understand the question response nature of the moves that are being played. We play knight b6, we go like, I want to take you. They counter punch and they go like, I dare you to take us. And we go like, yeah, no, I can see through your trick, buddy. I'll go here and I'm threatening to take you. Take that. Do you see this very awesome to and fro of logic of how both sides are trying to outwit the other with their punches, counter punches, threats, counter threats? This is how you identify quality chess. When the threats are identified, correctly dealt with, and then in fact even trying to generate counter threats in turn. That is what quality chess looks like. When there is this discourse nature of the game, that I say something to you, you say something back. And those things are not going past each other, but they collide and conflict. And whoever has the stronger arguments is going to come out victorious. Alright, so bishop f5 played. By the way, I really do think that you are getting quite upset about how slow you are. This is two grandmasters having an absolute slogfest. I wouldn't have found 5 of these moves in the required time frame, so just chill, have fun, enjoy it. It's a really beautiful game. b3 played. Once again, continuing the question-answer nature, because now this is protected. And because of we have removed a little bit of pressure from this guy by moving the bishop away, perhaps now we would need to want to again reroute our attention to this knight, because we really hate this guy. It's blocking the d file. We want to have this file open for a rook to come in. And so we want this knight to be a goner.
Well, one way to do that is by trading.
Yeah, but
I don't like that the bishop check and that's pretty bad for us, I think.
Yeah, you
And
do not.
another way
Yeah.
is, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, you go. You go. You completely completed that concept and idea. So let's go. Continue.
Well, that's all there is to it. There's this check, and then if king goes to h8, of course, that's
Yeah,
pretty
but
ugly because of knight f7.
don't go there. I thought that you said you wanted to say that therefore this is not good, but I have another idea. I thought that's what you were saying.
Ah, the other idea was knight e7.
Which way is that going?
Backwards.
Correct. Therefore, we don't do that. Play the same idea,
Oh,
but go forward.
the same idea. Well, to offer a trade, I don't see how.
How is that we see this, but we don't
We
see
also,
this?
well,
Oh, it's hanging. Well, that's another reason why
yeah.
you should have looked at first that, because we get excited about hanging our own pieces, correct? That is how we are wired.
Oh, well, if no, never mind.
No, I want you to calculate. Calculate knight b4 for me.
Okay. Knight b4, knight takes. Well, 1 second. Okay, knight b4. We can go bishop takes, because if queen takes bishop,
Yeah, continue that line
we
for
have
me.
knight d3, bishop d3 check.
Hold on.
And then
No. Knight b4, bishop b4, queen b4. You have forced
yeah.
mate, and you cannot be excused for missing forced mate. I have to put my foot down on that
Queen
one.
d1.
I
Queen
want
d1.
no, I want to hear the last move of the line, the checkmating move.
Queen d1, and then queen comes back to e1, and then we go queen
No,
e1,
the king.
checkmate.
No. Why would I go back? I go here.
I forgot that the bishop wasn't there.
No, you didn't. You just wanted to find the easier way out. Go on.
Okay. Queen d1, king f2. Well, queen. No, that's not. 1 second. King f2. No, but it is okay. I think so after the trade, queen is on b4.
Mm-hmm.
I think uh, yeah. So it's still It still is queen, bishop d3 check. King, or is it not? No, because king goes to. No, queen d1, king f2, queen e2, king g1, king g1, queen e3, king f1.
I lost you at queen
Bishop
d1.
d3.
Hold on. I lost you at queen d1, king f2. Can you continue again from there, please, for me?
Yes. I said queen e2.
Yeah, king g1.
Queen e3. Oh, I hung my queen. Oh. Oh my god.
It's not as easy as it looks. After queen d1, king e f2, you went wrong.
Okay, rook e2.
Yeah.
Rook e2, king f3, queen d3.
Yeah, bishop blocks. You saw that too.
Queen takes.
Bingo. Piece of cake, right?
Jesus. I would do this in like 2 seconds in puzzle rush. I don't know.
Maybe
God.
you're a little bit nervous for no reason. Good effort. Good effort. I don't care about time as long as you find it. In fact, I don't even care if you don't find it as long as you do your best to find it. Right, after knight b4, white played bishop f3, which is already a sad sign of admission of defeat. Although the move does make sense because obviously they want to attack the king here. We take, but not with that one because we are smart, not like me. Now the best thing is that we can win a rook. How do we win a rook here? Or at least an exchange.
We can go knight c2.
If rook b1?
Knight e3 check.
Yeah, that's it. Which is why they took back with the bishop. Now this is typically a move that no one plays willingly because giving up the light squared bishop when there are this many weak light squared diagonals is not a happy decision. But it had to be made. Knight takes, queen takes. Can you find a force win for black from here? A little bit unexpected, but not difficult. No pressure.
Well, first maybe queen takes, pawn takes.
Yep.
I have a check on d3.
You do? Just
King g2 seems to be the only move.
yeah.
And after that, we have rook e2, check.
Yeah, I feel like I slip out on h3 though.
Sorry?
I will slip out on h3. I'm very happy that you looked at the checking sequence, but considering the fact that the queens came off, the chances of you being able to hurt me with checks only has been significantly reduced. It's still possible. I mean, let's be honest, if the knight was anywhere else but here, it would be mate in 1.
Mm-hmm.
But you are now more encouraged than usual to look for alternative ways to seal the game, such as winning material. After queen takes, pawn takes, that is.
Well, we can also just, I mean, that's not immediate, but
Yeah?
although
Do you speak your mind,
we
please?
can go bishop d4.
How is that not immediate?
I was looking at a different move and then I changed my mind.
Right. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. So that just wins the rock, yeah? On the spot.
Yeah.
Then that's it. By the way, ironically, the other attacking move that you can play against enemy pieces, h6, also wins on the spot, because if the knight moves, it's mate.
That's the one I was thinking.
So that wins the knight, but ironically, this is even more winning because this wins the whole rock.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? Now that young lady was once again a very high profile grandmaster game by 2 grandmasters. So go easy on you when you think that you underperform. Because you're not. It's just chess was not meant to be easy. Alright, if I asked you to give me one big takeaway that you got out of this, or something that impressed you very much, what would that be?
Don't be afraid to attack.
Okay, I like that. I like that. There was a theme that we observed across the analysis, which was that at regular intervals you would want to go to a certain direction, which I had to correct. I would like you to remember that very, very much. Remember how you tried on multiple occasions continuing the attack by going backwards?
Yeah.
Yes. Think about that every time you want to do it in a game. Before you want to go backwards, just remember, try to go forward. Forward is our way to go.
Is that the theme? Try to go forward?
Well, I don't know if you remember it, but on multiple occasions when we went through the analysis at critical points, your first instinct was to go back. It shouldn't be, ever. Like, your chess instinct should never advise you to go back. Your chess instinct always should direct you to go forward. And it's all, and by following the same concept, your first chess instinct is never to defend, it's always to attack. Especially when something appears to be under threat or attacked. Which is the common wrong instinct of most club players. If something is under attack, I have to move it, and they do. If something is captured, I have to take back. These are all very bad automatisms that most players suffer from. Going backwards is another one of those. Tell me, have you got any tactical course on Chessable?
No.
Do I have any tactical courses on Chessable? I think I do.
Most likely.
Yeah, I think I do. But instead of that, I am just going to default ourselves back to what we did last time, if you are cool with that. But you have to give me a few seconds because I need to find it because I'm not a smart human and I never save these things. So, oh, actually, hello. Why don't I have a look at your games that you played that skyrocketed you to 2500 rapid, right? Is that what you said?
Whoa.
Just about, yeah?
To how much, sorry?
2500. Isn't it what you said?
No.
No, not quite. Okay. Well, close enough. Close enough. Alright, let me see. Oh la la, where are we? Where is my classroom? Classroom, please. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. This is the legendary Asmoada against Enesorin. Oh, ouch, good luck, says Pawn Violence. He already knows what happens when we're looking at games. 92. He's a former student of mine. Fantastic human. Fantastic human. Shout out to you for playing e4. Brilliant chess. When your opponent plays junk moves, you default back to natural moves. And I'm not using right language because it's not default back to, it's just default to regular moves. Brilliant. Very good. Very good. The only alternative that I would have considered here, alternative to Queen A4, would have been Queen B3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then, for example, there is this neat one here to fall for. But in a way, it's sort of forces your opponent to castle queenside. I don't know which one we want. Yeah, maybe Queen B3. Yeah, okay, let's move on. I love queenside castles too. H4, that's a total lemon. Yeah, good. And now D5 should be our first candidate move. Yep, very good. I'm very, very impressed. Take, E6, take B7, and we won the chess game, yeah? Take. Yep, I called it. That's nothing. The bishop is not hanging. You can do whatever. Alright, didn't have to happen.
I remember this one.
But it's not bad. It's just, yeah. Yep. Okay, did you see in this position this move?
No.
Yeah, so when I looked at this position, I felt like this is a bit of a wasteful move because we could use this currently quiet momentum to organize our army a little bit better than what they currently are. I would have preferred to see, for example, this move, which actually threatens to take this pawn. And look, I don't want to sound like I've invented the game of chess by telling you this, but which way is it going?
Backwards.
Did it have to go back? No. Instead, you could have brought a new piece into the game, creating a forward threat. So here h3 would have been a bit of a yucky one to deal with. Even this is a bit unpleasant, but I think it's manageable. That's a really good move. Very, very good stuff there. That too. You're playing a really good game here. I'm very impressed. Okay. Get out of town. Hello?
He helped me out a little bit. They helped me out a little.
I don't.
It's a Romanian actually.
I don't see how. Like, oh, King C5, yes. But to be fair, even after King C7, we have got a game-winning tactic here, right? You saw this, yeah? Oh wait, I'm talking garbage. No, it's because there's a check here. It doesn't work. Sheesh. Okay, so actually this is quite unpleasant. Which is why I hesitated here to allow this. I was looking at B3. But I was also a bit reluctant to engage with this because after knight a3, now this is hanging. And when I move the bishop, then rook c8, and now this is on. And this is on too. So I feel like we lost some momentum here in the middle of me praising you like mad. I think this is the key point where you should have played rook e2.
Oh, rookie, yeah. That's...
This would have just denied all kinds of counterplay and ta-da.
Yeah.
Okay, that was still a fab game. Next. Absolutely fabuloso. Okay, Alex, we may have had a chat about this. Correct me if we haven't, but you would have watched this video on my YouTube channel anyway, because it's a very popular one called Push or Not to Push Dilemma. So when they played this, we have got two plans to hurt them very, very big time. Both are pawn breaks. What are the two pawn breaks that you're looking to hurt them with here with white?
e4.
And the other?
Is 1.
Yeah, which is what you were gearing up for correctly. What's the other? What's the other?
b3 is another.
Yes. So when you are hardcore denied this, you just switch to the other.
Oh, okay.
And you just start creating friction wherever you can. The more the merrier. Because now the position has gone from very quiet to very heavily calculation focused. And since you are calculating beast, that's our home turf, and you are going to murder them. And also it is the correct way to play. I do like 95 though, because it floats the idea of this chook. H3? Okay. What is H3?
I hallucinated a little bit.
Just a teeny bit.
A little bit.
Nothing major, right? Just a tiny, tiny hallucination there. So, humor me please for a second what you hallucinated there.
No, I don't want to say it.
Was it, were you defending against knight h5?
Actually, no.
Oh, it's worse than that.
It's knight g4.
Knight what?
Yeah.
That's a hanging.
I know.
And even if it didn't, it wouldn't make sense, because you could also take here and then take this. Okay, so inside of that, what would you play here now if you had this game again?
I'll play b3.
Yeah, b3 is good. I would also consider knight g6, just to mess with the rook so they can't castle. And there is a way, a world where I would quickly castle and play f3, e4 and blast this absolutely open like a mad lad. Yeah. Alright, let's go. So we played h3. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Okay. Okay. I wanted to say that when this situation arises, you need to be very mindful, Alex, of the fact that you have got two pieces that can take e4. And so you need to think about what you want to take with, what you want to keep, and what you want to do with the piece that you keep. Also note that the capture on e4 right now is by no means forced. You can take it whenever you see fit. So, for example, bringing the knight here, just to show you a plan, bringing the knight here, total beast on an outpost, and then taking this would have resulted in what chess theory knows as a good knight, bad bishop. Where this knight can never ever be dislodged from here, and there are 162 pawns blocked on white, making this bishop eternally, hopelessly terrible. Doesn't matter which way I take. Right? I would have preferred this because although technically you have a good bishop that is shooting at enemy pawns, the chain is so firm that you are biting into granite. I love this move. Very cool. Oh, you did realize that after take you're losing a pawn though, yeah?
Yeah.
So this was a conscious pawn sack. Well, to be fair, there was no way to defend it either, so there is that. Yeah, goodie. Attack we go. Did we blunder?
A blunder's a pawn.
Did we blunder this?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, classic.
But is it a blunder if the opponent doesn't see?
Yes.
Just kidding.
No. I know. And it's a good one. Ooh. I was also looking at rook g6 here with the idea of take. But I think this is good too. Not good, better. Yeah, good. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait, what? Wow. Do you ever lose chess games? Or that's boring for you?
I do. Quite a lot.
Don't believe you for a second.
This was a made-up opening, I don't know.
This was a what?
Made-up opening, I don't know what this is.
You played perfect chess.
Or was it not in this game?
You played perfect chess and they didn't. That's what this is. Look, I will be the last guy to tell you to hunt pawns with queens, but for the life of me, I don't see what's wrong with this.
Oh.
Like, didn't you go here to go check?
Yeah.
So they stopped it. You didn't think about, hello, like, you stopped one, you gave up another? Because it appears to me that if knight e2, then this looks very awkward. And in fact, after bishop e7, you're threatening to come in and mate. Whereas if they play rook g2, then, well, if God giveth, I take it. And then check.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Goodie. What is the correct move here, young lady? Because chess is played in a certain part of the board when it's played well. Where are we playing chess when we are playing well? In the center.
Does e5 work here?
I am asking the questions.
I'm asking myself first before I say something.
Okay.
e5, d5, takes.
Hold the horses, lady. After e5, d5, first of all, no one is compelling you to take it right now. Like there is.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
There is no, like, you don't have to take it. I don't know why you immediately jumped on to take. Not that there is anything wrong with it. At least I don't see what was wrong with it. But e5, d5 guarantees that you set foot in the center. d5 gives up the entire dark color complex on this diagonal. c5 square is yours. Bishop can seep in here. Knight follows. d5 pawn is weak. Easy to hunt down. I don't see a single thing about d5 that would make you feel threatened or worried. Like when you said d5, it sounded like, oh my god, we just allowed the worst possible scenario for us. It's like I don't see a single threat or idea, in fact, associated with d5. I mean, I know that the pawn was hanging and you had to resolve that tension. That's fair, but this is not the d5 I'm fearing. Like, bring it any day.
All right.
Yeah. So e5.
Yeah.
It's infinitely better than playing bishop b4, never knowing which one is gonna hit, and having zero access to any of these squares.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's terrible though, because now we can just take d5, c3, and then d5 again. As per played, brilliant. Very good. There was a strong case to be made for rook h7 though, but I don't mind rook g8. Queen d6, really? Huh. And that surprises me a little bit. Maybe it shouldn't. Okay. You know, I wanted to castle here. Like, why don't we do that? Is that illegal to connect the rooks and get a rook on the d file? Isn't that the most natural move that we could play?
That was also an option.
Do you happen to recall why you rejected it?
No, I don't.
Okay. That is hands down my favorite move, and by far.
In this position or in general?
No, in this particular position, because there's so much going on.
Okay.
Actually, in general, I love kinside castling too, so I'm very glad you asked that.
Even with black, I know that sounds silly, but I once heard someone say, I think it was a title player, say, queenside castling with white is generally good. With black, it's not so good. Can you ever say something like that?
Yeah, I find it very difficult to keep my temper here and say anything that is politically correct. So I'm just going to go with holy Jesus Christ. Like, oh man. See, the beauty of this is that you said in the beginning that you know it's nonsense, so I didn't have to.
All right.
What is a little bit of an adjustment to this statement that makes it true is that in general in chess it's a lot more commonplace to see white castling queenside than black.
Fair enough.
That would be a valid statement. Like, statistically speaking, if you look at 5 million games played by humans, you would find that white castling queenside scenarios outweigh black queenside castle scenarios by about 65-35. And there are multiple reasons why this is the case, but there is no point in going into it. However, that doesn't mean that the 35 is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, this is sexy. I can already sense this incoming. So much so that I believe you could have played it already here and then here. And now they're forced to take giving up the rook, because if they don't, then this checkmate is not a bad one to look at, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, rook g3 defended it. Good play by the opponent. Oh, thank God I just praised them. And then they blundered the house. Brilliant. Oh, and then they took the rook just to make sure that they lose a full queen. That's what I call talent. Okay. Wow, can you ever lose a game? Okay, I want to see a loss. I'm sorry. It does sound...
But not the last one. Not the last one. The last one doesn't count because I should be sleeping. I should have been sleeping when I played that game. But the other one, yes, it's fair.
Like
Sorry, I felt like I needed to give a disclaimer.
someone held a gun to your head and went like, "Lady, you are not to sleep. Play chess right now, or else I shall take your soul."
Sometimes games start randomly on my phone and I can't help but play it, right?
Did you say games start on your phone?
Yeah, just randomly. I'm not the one who clicks the button. And then I have to play.
But lady, why are you playing on your phone in the first place? That's like me saying that sometimes I play tennis in my backyard, which actually would be pretty cool if I had a big enough backyard that I had a tennis court, so that analogy is false. But, hello, rapid games on your phone. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, that is what I call, in a way, dedication, by the way.
A lot of people do that, right, Chad? No?
Oh, yeah, like Magnus does it all the time. Magnus once played a title Tuesday while he was in a taxi on his phone, and I think he won it. No joke. This is very good chess by you. I'm very proud and happy. Okay, so about this one, there is a funny thing, which is that when they go back and you play e5, then, well, let's just go with you need to be precise to stop bishop c4 from dominating this diagonal. But objectively speaking, is good. I was merely thinking that perhaps before you go in for this, you could just play this first to make the center immediately yours and float the idea of d4. But I think concretely it does work out, because if they play 92, you can play e5 because bishop c4 hangs the pawn, and if they go knight g3, you can go here. And now bishop c4 has been denied. Although again, here I can play for queen e2 and bishop c4. So try to exploit the gaps between your pawns. Is she a long way from master candidate? Candidate master? No, I don't think so. That's what my chat is asking about you, by the way. My chat says that if you are playing these games on your phone, then you are clearly a 2200 player. Okay, so I don't understand this move. Why can't I just take e5, come back, take, and be up a pawn?
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah, I know. I just said it.
What about even takes on c3, e5, and then I take on b2?
Well,
is that nonsense?
I didn't think that hanging your queen would be a good idea.
Well, I do get the rook in the piece.
Yeah, don't do that. It's creative. Right. It's creative. Don't do that.
It's creative. Okay.
Come back, take, and I don't see anything untoward about taking this. Mind you, you don't have to take this, since there's hardly any gain associated with it. It's doubled anyway. You might be better off just playing e5, bishop e6, completing development. But what did we do? Yeah. What? Remind me, what direction?
That went backwards.
Why don't we go here? Hello, center. See, this as an idea upsets me a lot more than the let's sack the queen for 2 knights or knight rock, because there is an element of creativity to that I really respect. But this is just sheer passivity when you shouldn't be. Like, this betrays a defensive mindset in a position where they have a hanging piece and you don't. Why are you defending? Or even if you want to stop a threat, deal with it in the most violent, aggressive way possible, which is e5. Mm-hmm. This is not your standard. Okay. Now we are back to completely winning. I don't understand how we lost this game. I don't understand f6 though. Like, you do realize that remember that weird chess gets beaten by normal chess. This is not normal when you have an undeveloped piece. This is normal. And do you know what this gets you? Check this out. I don't think you quite understand the gravity of the situation yet. Have another look-see. How exactly are they stopping the mate on G2?
No. That's crazy.
No, it's not. That is exactly my point, Alex. That this is meeting weird, unusual chess with weird, unusual chess. If you play proper, regular chess against junk, then you are going to find yourself in situations like this.
That's cool.
This is a textbook case, by the way, also, when you foresee the opponent's blunder, and instead of going out of your way to stop it, you try to exploit it. Right? What you did was that you stopped your opponent from blundering. What I did was that I encouraged them to blunder by playing not a cheapie, but by far the objectively best move. If they don't do e5, it's still the best move because I developed my last piece. They go e5. Thank you, next.
That's nice.
Okay, I don't understand this move either. Can you...
I remember this moment. I didn't know what else to do, to be honest.
Well, my first question would be, if we move this rook, why don't we move... Okay, so let me put it to you this way. Play another move now for black. Not easy, is it? Now, let me ask you another question. What move does this enable you to play? Like, how is rook b8 contributing to anything you can do that you couldn't do before rook b8? It's a very poorly worded question, but I think you understand what I'm saying. What can I do now that I couldn't do before?
Nothing, but if they take on c5, at least I have a rook on the open file.
Okay.
They can put a rook.
Okay, so hear me out here. If the move you play can be only justified by if that's how your justification starts, you just play the bad move.
Okay.
You have to be able to come up with an idea which goes along the lines of, if they do nothing to just destroy my previous argument, then I can do this. And I know full well that in chess you cannot do nothing, but still you must at all times play moves that contribute to a plan that you can carry out if they just sit there and go like, shoot here. You cannot rely on, if they take, I have a b file. That means that you are not in control at all. Because if they don't, you're stuck. Now let me tell you what I would have played here, which I believe why we are talking here at Mouselip. Why don't we go rook c8? What
makes more sense.
What can I do now if it's my turn again? c4, hello?
Yeah.
And I won the piece. If they take on c5, I take knight c5 and I'm threatening to take e4. Right? So rook b8 broke that ping pong pattern that I talked to you about before, when they asked the question and then I respond in kind. You didn't. This is not a response to b4 because now you can do nothing. After rook c8, Now I'm hitting the ball back, going like, bruv, c4 is coming at ya. And then they hit the ball back at me with bc, going like, no, you're not doing that. And then I hit the ball back, going like, okay, but now I'm doing that. Again, the interaction between the various plans conflicting and clashing. Good chess. After rook b8, we're saying like, no conflict, no clash. Okay, tak, tak, tak. c4, very good. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so after knight f5, Alex, what would you rather lose, this or this?
I rather move the pawn than an entire rook.
I didn't say you should lose an entire rook. You are obviously going to recapture on the rook, which means that you are losing an exchange. Always sack the exchange. I don't know how in your head this is losing a rook. That's not losing a rook. That's losing an exchange you're going to take back. So let me tell you how I would look at this position if I played this game. And quite likely I may be wrong, but I want you to see it the way I see it. When they play knight f5, I look at this position and I go like, what are my assets? My assets are these two pawns that cover a shed load of squares, making the opponent's position feel quite cramped. I have a bishop as an asset, targeting this isolated pawn. I have a knight that is about to jump into the most beautiful square on the board. The pieces that I have that currently suck royally are the two rooks, neither of them doing anything meaningful whatsoever, and the queen is a bit meh. Consequently, since I already highlighted that this knight is dying to get to here, my first candidate move here is knight e5 hands down. Like, not a chance I'm looking at moving this rook, because I see that after knight takes, queen takes, all of my pieces, barring the rook, are meaningfully contributing to the position. I traded off their best piece, which was the knight, for one of my worst. And there is no clear plan I can see for white that can hurt me. If they attack the pawn, I got the pawn. Yeah, but you're down in exchange. Yeah, and? Which is a better piece here, this knight or that rook? Good luck justifying that it's the rook. And following this argument, you're losing material no matter what you do. If you don't lose the exchange, you're going to lose the pawn, which is going to split this beautiful pawn formation in the center and allow your opponent's knight to set foot in the center on an outpost. So, is this so much better? I don't know. If I had to choose, I honestly am telling you, I would much rather play this position with black. Much rather than this. And you know what the funny thing is, and this is something that people can't somehow really do in their heads in terms of maths. If we translate the material to points, do you know how many points material difference is between the two scenarios?
So 1?
Exactly 1. Because in one case you lose a pawn. Actually, sorry. Yeah, whereas in the other case, it is we're sacking an exchange, but we get a pawn. Right? So
can we go back to that position?
Right here?
That you said you would rather play. So after this.
Yeah, here, 95.
After 95. 95, and then takes this, and then how do we How would you convert this? As I
Oh,
understand, we have the 2 pawns.
Alex, here, that's a very good question. But what I want you to understand is I'm not claiming that black is better. In fact, I'm even going to go as far as I'm even willing to contemplate the idea that we are slightly worse here. My point is that I'm not as badly off as you were in the game. So,
Yeah.
fair enough.
True.
You should ask me how I want to play it, and converting, however, is harsh. I can't convert this. Mind you, I do have a bit of a tickle with knight g4, which is going to create a very, very unpleasant mate threat down there. So if you ask me how I would want to go about trying to win this, it would be associated with ideas of an eventual knight in, step up with the queen, or somehow arrange so that the knight can come into e3. But it's very airy-fairy because as soon as I move the knight, the pawn hangs. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I would not want to argue that this is something I would play for a win. I would play it for a good luck beating me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me put it this way to you. I think I have got infinitely better chances of surviving this against Magnus Carlsen than surviving this. I'm losing this 100 times out of 100 games against Magnus. Here, I think I would have a chance to maybe score a draw or, God forbid, a win out of 100. And I would certainly feel that this is where I would want to go because this is where I can do things. And that's the other thing, that here you have got good pieces. Good pieces allow you to play easily. In the other one, you have got mostly funky pieces, and equally importantly, your opponent's pieces are very obnoxiously annoying and attacking. See, like all of their pieces are alive and well, and they're up a piece.
Yeah.
Now that was not smart by white. Because now they allowed you a very neat dark squared blockade. Well, in particular these two when they only have a light squared bishop. That is, see? That was just what I was about to say. That maybe it's time for an exchange sack for white. Like, most people on your level look at exchange sacks like this as an absolute last resort. You go up 300 rating points and it completely reverses. Like, that becomes the first thing you look to do. It's quite amazing, actually, when you think about it, that how people see material versus dynamism. It just switches a full 180. That being said, I don't think that this should be winning for white here. In fact, I prefer black here very clearly. Yeah, I don't understand. So, if you don't have a follow-up to this, don't do it. Maybe you were short on time. Here's an idea. Why don't we play rook d7 with the idea of rook e7 trying to exploit the e-file? Or if you are concerned about the back rank check, then... But yeah, I would rather not pull that back. That's one thing. Another one is to put the pawn on c3, so it's on a black square. It's not being hit by the bishop. And that could be a target one day. Maybe. But I take it back. I don't prefer this for black, but I don't think you should be losing it either. Okay, that looks to me extremely desperate. Is it already that bad?
Think so. How do I defend rook f7?
Like this.
Fair enough. Why do you...
It takes, Alex, years and years and years to develop the... What I just did there is not a tactical skill, right? I didn't see this, and you didn't because I'm such a great tactician. It's an attitude that you are attacking me. Haha, no, you think you have the tactics. No, I do have the tactics. It's an attitude. You never ever find moves like this if you are not cocky at least a little bit by default. You have to be a little bit arrogant in chess. You cannot ever succeed above a certain level without a hint of arrogance. In fact, if I want to be very honest with you, the more arrogant you are inwardly, not outwardly, the better you get. Because arrogance in chess translates to self-confidence. The rook f7, ha! That's not a threat. Come at me. And by the way, this is by no means a full line or an effective defense. I don't want to try to make you think that, oh, I just win this game because I am me and I am awesome. I have no idea what I was gonna... Well, actually, I do have an idea there. So maybe... Yeah, maybe it is actually a bit more tenacious than I wanted to give credit for. So if the queen goes all the way back to c3... So what I saw was that after rook e7, rook f8, I have this if push comes to shove. And I don't think we're dying just yet. It's not pretty, but I fended off the main threat.
That's what happened in the game, no?
I don't think so. You played rook d7, which to my eyes seems to hang the rook.
Oh, no. Did they take? No, I think they went rook f8. Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Similar. Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Okay, so why are you not playing queen here?
I was low on time in this game. I think. Wasn't I? Think so. But yeah, that makes sense now.
I would hate to tell you that I still will go ahead with this question of why did you play queen e7, but I guess that wouldn't necessarily score a popular point for me. Well, let me check.
No, that's fair enough.
Okay, I lost that game now or what? Where is it? Oh my... I don't even know what I'm doing, Alexa, other than embarrassing myself. This is it. You know what? I'm going to very embarrass myself. Booyah, baby! Booyah! Sorry. Do you see 95? Look at the engine eval.
I can't see what you're showing me.
Oh, I just turned on the eval. 95
sorry.
is 0.7 for white. Everything else is 1.5 or worse.
I can't see it. 95.
The old man still has it. And in fact, better still, after 95, the better move for white is not to take the rook but the pawn. In fact, taking the rook is not even top 3 for white. Sorry, I got a little bit excited there, but I'm quite...
No, it says we cannot see it. I don't know why. There is no... We are still at the old...
Oh, wait. I'm making moves on not in the classroom. Okay, sorry, I'm an idiot. I was looking at the engine lines in the actual game. So what I was going nuts about is that in this position, if you turn on the engine, 95 is by far the best move. And he knight d6 is not even top 3.
Really?
No, knight d4 best, rook d1 second best, queen f2 third best, knight d6, queen d6, triple zeros. Boomski! Alright, now after I just boosted my ego beyond repair, let's go back to the game. So what I was doing when I got distracted by my own genius was I wanted to check out your time. Which again I'm messing up because I am an absolute prized royal idiot. Here we go.
I could be confusing me. But...
You had 33 seconds. Is that time trouble by your measure? Where the hell is the class?
How much time did he have?
A lot more than that.
Then yeah.
But see, you're not going to like to hear what I have to tell you here. But queen e7 is your only move to sell queen e6. So let's say they go queen here, yeah? No, they are not going to do that because it hangs f8 too. So let's say they go here. But unfortunately, that doesn't quite bundle this because after the rook check, they can still go home. So, yeah, I'm fishing here. So maybe the only way for them to go cuckoo is to take, and then suck in this by that, which is unlikely. But since you have no other move, you still should have played queen e7 there. You what? Why did you take it? What am I missing? Take. Rook f7, rook g7.
That's yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, oops, big oops.
It was a very weird game, Alex. Very weird game.
They were just trying to flag me, yeah. Here I had like what, 3 seconds?
I don't know because when I copy it into the classroom, I don't see the times. But actually now you are winning, right? Because this is falling.
Yeah. I even offered a draw here. I allowed them to be nice people.
You do realize that you had check, and win. So actually, after check, they can't go back because then check wins.
Yeah.
So they have to go g3. And then queen d2 is now threatening with check, checkmate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. No time. All right. Alex, I just realized that I've been torturing you for like an eternity, so it's a good time to call it a day. I need to let you be. This was a big sesh, and you must be feeling fairly worn out and tired.
Now I'm in a better mood.
Right.
Ready for another one.
We have covered a fair bit of distance here, and it's getting very late on my end too. So I think it's a good time to call it off. Boomski. Good fun was had. The first game that we looked at, the Grandmaster game, was definitely some heavy lifting, but I think it's time for you to be exposed to that kind of material. I want you to send me your questions if possible, unless you hate typing. Or if you have any about the games I sent you. If you have none, that's good, then I'm going to send you a new batch.
No, I do have.
Okay, would it hurt you to type it up? Writing. Yeah, good. Do that for me, please.
Yeah.
And then I will get back to you.
All right.
Dansky?
Okay, awesome.
All right. All righty, Alex. Thank you so much. I will let you be. Enjoy your beautiful crew. Are you going to stay on?
Not for much longer, no.
Well, if it's more than 10 minutes, I will raid you.
Oh, it's gonna be more than 10 minutes then.
Okay, I will raid you then.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I will raid you then. Okay, so I'm going to say goodnight to my crew. Thank you guys for tuning in. I might be doing one tomorrow as well, but we'll see how we go. Take care. Love you all. Bye. And thank you, Alex. We will sort out the next one.
Thank you.
Cheerio.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right. My goodness. Thank you so much for the raid. I won't stay on much longer.